right. Oh, off the background. There we go. We back on Stash Wars Live. It is Friday. It is Stash Wars Live. Once again, I'm your host, Mike the Sig Slayer, chilling with my man, Mark, the Honorable Villain, and my homie, my Stash fam, deep in the trenches, all the way in NorCal, my man, Tone along. What up, fam?
What's up? Happy to be
What's
here.
happening? Everybody feeling good?
Man, I'm ready for Megacon, man.
You ready? You ready for Megacon? We're definitely gonna talk about Megacon. Anybody get a pull this week? Anybody get anything from the comic book shops this week?
No time to hit the stores tomorrow.
No time to hit the stores. Well, I just got, I go every week. I just want the, while we're here and this is a comic book show, I picked up the latest issue of Hyde Street, and then
Great Jeff Johns,
Yvonne Reese, Brad Anderson, Rob Lee, and then I got Justice League. This is Mark Waid, Dan Mora. This is one of the all-in stories that I kind of hopped on the train from the beginning, and I'm gonna see what's up. The first 12 issues, see what's happening, and then I got some back issues. Man, I keep getting bad luck with these three books. Getting Mike McCone to sign them, they always end up getting bastardized. I just ran into Mike McCone in Baltimore. I ran into Mike McCone in Baltimore, had them sign these, and they all three smudged. And then the first batch they're personalized, so it's just it's a mess with these. So third time's a charm.
What'd you do, or what happened? He stacked them.
Yeah, he stacked them. Yeah, he signed it real quick, stacked them, and then they smeared. And so that's what happened with these. And then the first batch, he personalized them, and I don't really do well with personalized signatures. So this is hopefully this is third time's a charm. And that's my pull for this week. It was a light week. But today, gentlemen and Stash fam, we are unpacking Megacon Orlando. As my man Mark said, he cannot wait to go to Megacon. I can't wait either.
On some money.
The list is stacked, and so we're just gonna just show you guys real quick and let this roll in. And as I'm scrolling, gentlemen, I want you to tell us what's your what name hits you right off the bat.
Miller's always on my list.
Slowly, but there's hella people on this list, and we're gonna unpack signature price guide on this.
So, like the people I've never met, man. Joe Quesada, Jorge Jimenez, Brian Azzarello, Lee Bermejo.
There's just hella people. Jerry Conway,
Giuseppe Camalici,
Miss Jarrett, Patrick Gleason, Mark Guggenheim, Joel Jones, Doug Mankey, Ken Lashley, Clayman, Alex Maleev. I gotta be him.
Come on, you never see him at shows.
I never seen him at shows, man. And
he's on Tech 1000, right?
He's on Tech 1000. Yep. Yeah, man. And I like this Anthony Marquez. I like his art style. He's somebody. Benjamin Percy. I mean, this list is just deep as hell. It's crazy, guys.
California.
It's crazy. And so we're going to unpack pretty much all the different signature price guys because we are Sig Slayers. This is the Sig Slayer station. So every Friday, we're always going to be talking about something signature related as it pertains to comics because that's what we do best. We are Sig Slayers, coast to coast, even global. And so we're going to break it down. Last week, we kind of unpacked, gentlemen. I know both you guys weren't joining us. You guys weren't with me last week. But last week, we kind of started off unpacking like the general ecosystem of signatures and prices and stuff. And it was kind of an effort to get people ready for the con season because the floodgates are about to open and Megacon is like the biggest event that kind of starts the year, even though this weekend actually is OAX, the original art expo out in Florida, in Orlando as well. That's taking place this week. Shout out to everybody that's at OAX right now. But Megacon is it is overloaded, it's bloated, it's crazy. This list is wow. And so I got some DMs and some comments, and people wanted to talk or kind of chime in on the signature stuff. And so we're going to unpack this more as it pertains to Megacon. And as always, we will give you guys the best stash war on YouTube as it pertains to signatures. And we're going to pretty much break it each signature showcase based on these price tiers that we're going to show. So we're going to kick off with the first tier, which is the most common tier, and that is tier 1. $10 to $15, guys. Gentlemen, do you guys exist in this world?
Hell yeah, this is my sweet spot, man.
So, Tony, off the rip, who comes to mind? Name people. You see Scott Snyder here. Donnie Case is $10. James Tynan the fourth. He is 3 free. Then he's $10. So he's the hero. He's probably the best name out of all of these creators we're going to talk about as it pertains to signature value. James Tynan the fourth is the people's champ. 3 free. Then he's $10. But you got Scott Snyder here, Donnie Cates. But Tony, anybody else come to mind that's $10 that you can tell the world right now that's $10?
I mean, I like Mitch. Mitch is always in the $10
right?
range. I mean, I believe John Galpian's in that same range.
Yeah, Jonathan Glapian. I think he's going to be at Megacon too.
Yeah,
Mark,
he's
what
on the
about you?
list.
Anybody come to mind?
Mitch's buddy Tom King. Who else? I think a lot of the newer comic sketch art people. So that'd be like
Joel Jones, who's going to be at Megacon as well. She's $10.
Who's the guy that writes Radiant Black? His name's escaping me right now.
Kyle Higgins.
Peter Tomasi is $10, right?
Yeah, Peter Tomasi's $10. But I think pretty much $10 is the new $5. Pretty much $10 is the new $5.
Oh,
now I'm pretty sure that there's people that we can get for $5, but we wanted to make sure you guys were ready more on the expensive end of the pricing. And so $10 is the new $5. We have to keep it real. There's a ton of people. I'm going to go back and share this list and kind of break it down and just see off the rip who is $10. So we're only talking about people that we think are $10 that we know of. Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, it's $10. Scott Snyder's. Now, we could be in for the shock of our lives when we get there at Megacon, and I wouldn't be surprised if Scott Snyder's $15 now, or Greg Capullo's $15 or $20. I can see that happening in 2025, but as of right now, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo's $10, James Tynan is $10, Jorge Jimenez, Jock, $10, Ryan Otley's $10, Arthur Adams, $10, Brian Azzarello is $10, except for Batman, and we'll talk about that later.
I think R. Adams might be 20.
15 last time I saw him.
Say it again.
And that was November. R. Adams was up to 15 in November.
So Art Adams is 15, guys. Art Adams is 15. I stand
Hey,
corrected.
I think he charged me 20, man.
Say that again.
At San Francisco.
Yep.
He was 20. He was 20 at the Fan Expo in San Francisco.
I think he charged me 20, man. So.
Whoa.
Okay. So all right. So we should
use this dealer. Depends on what it look like. You walk up to his booth and he likes you.
Let us know in the chat and confirm Art Adams' price. So right now we got 15 to 20 bones for Art Adams. We mentioned
Maybe it
Donnie
depends on
Cates. Mark Brooks is $10.
Donnie Cates, $10.
Yeah, we said Donnie Cates. I think Clayton Crane is still $10. Mitch is $10. Patrick Gleason is $10. Joel Jones is $10. Doug Mankey should be free, but I just wanted to bring that up. Clay Mann is $10. I don't know about Alex Maleev. I never met him before. I'm excited about this one.
No
Let
idea.
me know how much Alex Maleev if you met him before in the last year. Alex Maleev. Stephen Platt's $10. Ryan Stegman.
Zeb Wells is Zeb Wells $10.
Who I think Zeb Wells is $10.
$10.
Who else here? Benjamin Percy. I think he's $10. Last time I saw him, he was $5, but I think he could be $10. And E.M. Gist, I think he's $10. I think Greg Land is $10. Jeremy Adams, I believe, is $10. Jonathan Galapian, he's $10. There we go.
Well,
I knew he was there.
Jeremy Adams and Tim Sheridan might be $5.
That might be $5. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know if they went up.
Kevin
McGuire.
Kevin Maguire. When I saw him last year, he was $10.
He was given, I think, 5 for free at Fan Expo 2 years ago.
Who?
Kevin McGuire? Damn. 5 for free.
2 years ago.
Mike DiCarlo, he is $10. Michael Golden, we're going to talk about them later. Sam De La Rosa, Scott Hanna, we're going to talk about them later. So that's pretty much everybody is $10 pretty much. We went up and down that list. When we go to another price tier, Stash Fam, you will see that as you go higher in price, the people will be fewer. The people that charge that price point will be fewer. But as I said before, $10 is the new $5. So pretty much you're gonna get charged $10 off,
or
the
you're gonna
rip.
get it free.
Or what?
There's no $5. There's free, and then there's $10 in most cases.
Todd McFarlane's free.
Usually.
Usually. I've never seen it.
And there will be people that are free at this show at Megacon. So all right, so let's show everyone out here in YouTube land and on IG, by the way. Subscribe to this, like this video, subscribe to this. Every week we have Stash Wars Live with a host of other comic book content. This is the Sig Slayers Station comic book headquarters. We have it all here. And right now we're talking about Megacon 2025 because Mark and I are going to be there. But I'm chilling with one of my other villains, Tony. We got let's see here. Who are the top 5? Okay, who are the top 5 Sigs you'll get from the first? Okay, who are the top 5 Sigs you'll get from the first tier? Okay, top 5 Sigs. That's great question, Albert Bales. That's a great question. All right, so basically he's asking, based on our list here, who are the top 5 people in that $10 range?
Scott Snyder, top 5. Absolute Batman.
Scott Snyder, right? We will also say Jorge Jimenez is $10, so that's up there. So for me,
That's
Jorge Jimenez, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Lee Bermejo,
yeah.
Another $10 person. Oh, and
Pat Gleason.
I was thinking Pat Gleason.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bring the list back up.
No, I'm gonna take that back. Not for me. My 5 is not Patrick Leeson. It's Mike DiCarlo. Mike DiCarlo, OG. Because I still got some keys for Mike DiCarlo. So Mike DiCarlo, Greg Capullo, Scott Snyder, Jorge Jimenez, and Lee Bermejo. That's my top 5 in the $10 range. And just want to show you guys, we're unpacking tier 1 of signatures. We are going over the price guide for Megacon, which is happening in a couple weeks. We want to get you guys ready. And Albert Bell's one of our commenters asked us, what is our top 5? And I just rattled off pretty much. I think we agree on the top 4, and then that 5, that 5th, you could go any direction. But I know we want to see Lee Bermejo, Greg Capullo, Scott Snyder, and Jorge Jimenez. That's no-brainers. So Tony, I want to start with you. Do you have any books, any Sigs you have handy that's from the $10 to $15 range that you want to show cats?
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm gonna blow you up.
Sorry, hang on.
Oh, he's on Boost Patrol. Look at that. Look at that.
Technical difficulties.
That's not technical. Okay, so there we go. So I got you on big screen.
Oh, my dog's not all loud.
So here we go. What you got?
Medal number 1. I don't know if you can see that. It's already got Greg and Scott and Galpian on it, but I mean you can beat all 3 of them.
So those are $10 chucks.
So there's $30 on one book if you're so inclined. Death metal. Here's the Mankey variants. So I believe you helped me with this one. You got my Doug Mankey signatures on there. Dave Barron's not going to be at that show, but Scott and Will. Let's see. Who else did we?
Another 10 bones. 10 bones.
Mitch.
Miss Jarrett, bring it closer.
Taking them out of the bag so they're not so shiny. I got Mitch to draw a little bat on there because I told him I was going to see Frank, and he told me that Frank Miller hates it when he writes Mitch on the bat. When I told Frank Miller that, he said he's absolutely right, and Mitch, your eyes can burn in hell. And I thought, Mitch, if you're watching, I don't think he was serious.
So that's Frank Miller and Miss Jarrett's on one. Obviously, Miss Jarrett's $10. Frank Miller, we're gonna talk about that range later. So that's dope. You got another one?
I got a Ryan Otley rare DC situation here. This was Justice League America.
Keep that up a little bit so we can see it. You got to keep it up longer.
Sorry, he did the he did the cover for this Rebirth, and you know, most of the people just have him sign Invincible, but I thought this was a good one. So
is that his only DC work?
I don't know if it's his only, but it's the only. I don't collect Invincible, so it's the only Ryan Otley signature I have.
Yeah.
I don't have a Ryan Otley, so that's crazy. All right, Mark.
Oh,
anything
also,
from the? What's up?
I was gonna hit you with this sleeper. The Freddie Williams. He did this Batman Ninja Turtles thing. So
it's a Kevin Eastman cover.
I met him in Reno like 5 or 6 years ago, but he did. I mean, there was like 2 or 3. There was 3 or 4 for this Batman Ninja Turtles thing, and it was all him. So if you got any of those,
that's dope, man. Kevin Eastman remark on there. Mark, any $10 chucks? Any $10 chucks?
I got the triad right here, the Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, and
hold that up. There we go. Yep, get it closer. Let us see those Sigs.
But man, this one's in beat up condition, man. It's got bent right here. The back's all faded in it.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna call CPS on you, man. Comic Protective Services, bro.
Hey, I bought it like this. Man.
You be beating your book. I'm call CPS on you, bro.
I bought it like this, man. I may have added another dent to it, or one or two, but this one's in better condition.
So these are $10 signatures.
And that's all I got. I got another one for the end of the spectrum, for the high end. That's all I got for the low end.
And we're talking about $10 to $15 signatures. $10 to $15 signatures. We saw plenty of Scott Snyder. Then like we mentioned before, James Tiny in the fourth is 3 free. Then $10. Donnie Cates is $10. And we're talking about Megacon. I can keep that up. What you got here?
Stephen Platt. He doesn't do
Stephen
DC
Platt.
work, but he did this cover, so he's.
All right.
I believe he's $10.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
up with
he's $10. I met him in Philly. Yeah, Stephen Platt is $10. And then so for me, I'm gonna go Scott Snyder, Capullo. Oh, we didn't mention Jock. Jock is gonna be there, but you know, you guys brought up the Court of Owls. Here's mine. This is Scott Snyder, Capullo, and Jonathan Galapian with a little logo there. These were free, but I'm just showing you $10 Sigs. All three of these guys are $10 and up.
Just a little flex right there. Those were free.
And then this one here. Now, this is the first full appearance of the Court of Owls. This book is hot. Gary Frank's first Batman cover. This is signed Gary Frank, John Galapian, Snyder, Capullo. And then you talk about flex. This is a flex right here. This is that 1 out of 200 variant. This is the first appearance of the Court of Owls. Triple sign. I love this cover. This run to me is the highlight of Greg Capullo and Snyder's Batman run. Was the first 11 issues, Court of Owls. But this is the Court of Owls' first appearance. And then here we go. Boom. You got Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, and Jock. 3 $10 Sigs, and the homie David Barron right there from the process.
Like that cover.
This is the Batman Who Laughs #1. This is way back in 2019. I got this signed. These were all free too, but today at Megacon, it would probably be $30 to get the 3 Sigs on this book. And then I'm gonna go with the standard Batman Who Laughs cover, and that's Snyder and Jock. This will cost you $20 to get those 2 Sigs on this book if you were looking to get this book signed. This is great. So that's the $10 to $15 tier, Stash fam, that we're dealing with. Now we're about to get a little bit more pricey. Oh, what you showing us, man? This dude is on it.
I mean, Marvel should get some love. This is a
Donny
Venom book that I got signed by Sam De La Rosa, Donnie Cates, and Ryan Stegman, amongst a few others. But you know, if you got one of these laying around, it's a cool book to start getting people to sign for you.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, I like it. You got to show both sides. I dig it, and way to show that, because Sam De La Rosa is definitely going to be at Megacon. All those guys are going to be at Megacon. Guys, now we're going to kick it up a notch or two, in fact, with tier 2. And first question I got to ask you guys, do you exist in this world, the $20 to $40 a signature world? Do you guys buy Sigs like this?
I'm a little more selective when we pull into that range.
And also, yes to that.
So
I only have 2 Jerry Conways.
Price of that Batman 3, if you were to put to one. Oh man, the Batman 3. You know what? I wouldn't know. That's a great question. It's a raw book. I'm gonna put that comment back up again. He was asking about the Greg Capullo Batman #3. Oops, that's not the one. Batman #3. I don't know. I would say at least $200. I would say $200. If it was slabbed, it would cost more. All right. Tier 2. Mark, you were saying you exist in this world. $20 to $40. Let's see, based on the guest list. Oh, hold on before you go there. Quick draw McGraw over here. Quick draw McGraw. Let's go. Let's actually go to this guest list one more time, and let's see who's $20 here. Okay, so we saw Joe Quesada, right?
Yeah, 35. Or
35 bones.
Yeah.
So he's somewhere in the middle, and they have these experience things, this experience package that you can get, a few bucks cheaper if you're getting multiple signatures from Joe Quesada. I'm looking at this. Oh, Jerry Conway. Now, this guy is the creator of The Punisher, Jason Todd, absolute legend. We just
was he 20
recently.
or was he 25?
He's $20 now.
Okay.
He went from 10 to 15 to 20. When we saw him last summer at the Comics and Cocktail, he was $20. But Jerry Conway, legendary creator across multiple publishers. So as I mentioned, OGs with keys, you're gonna have to pay the price. And then I think that's about the size of it. If I was to say so.
Scott Hanna also.
We got another comment. How much does Chichetto charge?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Chichetto.
Haven't met him yet.
I never met him. And Albert, I gotta say, I never heard of him.
What about Tony? What about you? Have you met him?
You heard of Chichetto?
He's a Marvel artist.
Oh, here it is.
Mike.
He's at Fan Expo, and he's on that Ultimate Spider-Man, right?
He's on Ultimate Spider-Man, and then he was on Daredevil. He's a Marvel artist, Mike. That's why.
Do you pay for Sig Stash Pam? Chichetto, yeah. If you haven't really did any significant work on DC, you're like not even born in me. You're not dead to me. It's just like you never existed until you come on to Batman or something. I don't know. Chichetto, I don't know nothing about Chichetto. I thought you misspelled Dell'Otto. That's how ignorant I am, okay?
He thought he was saying
Cheetos. Never heard of him, but I'm pretty sure he's great. But do you pay for Sigs? We are in tier 2. Joe Quesada, Scott Hanna, Jerry Conway are all within this range. Joe Quesada being the most expensive of the three in this picture here at $35. So if you want Joe Quesada, he's $35.
He does have packages though. He has a package of 4 signatures, which I think is $110. So that takes off a few bucks. And he has remark packages and he has sketch packages. Let me know in the comments if I should get a remark package from Joe Quesada, which is like $230.
Yeah, and let us know if you actually got a remark from Joe Quesada, because that's something that we're curious about too. Because I mean, a remark, sometimes you can get something like something that's sketch worthy. That's a remark, or did you get something really crappy and you wish you would have just got a Sig? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys had buyer's remorse over a remark before.
Miller's remarks.
I wouldn't even pay for that. Man, his remarks are what, a few hundred, right?
Yeah, last time I got one is 200, but
yeah, see, that's rough. Okay, so our first topic, as we're navigating these 2 tiers, we're talking about Bermejo. He's somebody that I really want to see here. And I just want to ask, the panel, have you guys ever met Bermejo before?
Yep.
Never.
Okay. Do you got any Bermejo Sigs, Tony?
I do. I don't know where it is though.
I'm surprised.
I was unprepared. I was unprepared. I met him in San Diego. I only had one book, and it wasn't even Batman Damned because I really, really would have liked him to sign Batman's junk. And he did not appreciate me saying that to him when I met him. Also,
so
my girlfriend, he was
you
very
actually
attractive.
have him sign Batman's genitalia?
I mean, he's the first guy to draw it, right?
Wow.
In Batman Damned.
Besides fan fiction.
I will tell you that there's a lot of negative space for a Sig there. So, you could put a Sig there. But wow,
I didn't have it with me.
Batman's genitalia.
And I believe he makes a thing of his, and then he'll sign your other stuff. You can't just get signatures from him.
Man.
Actually, if you give me a sec, I'll pull out a Bermejo real quick.
Okay, so while you're doing this, I'm going to tell my Lee Bermejo story. Okay, so the first time I met Lee Bermejo was 2019. So this is before Batman Damned. And so Lee Bermejo was still a kick-ass rock star artist with Joker, with Brian Azzarello. And so shout out to my man Endless. He was on the live a couple weeks ago. Endless, I was actually going with him because he was picking up a commission by Lee Bermejo. So I was like, cool, let's bet. I'll go check it out. So I get to his booth. They have an advanced copy of Batman Damned, and it was the advanced reader copy. It did not have any text on it. And I'm just looking at the art, and I'm just like, wow. Shout out to Earth 2. I called Earth 2 in that exact moment after I saw the advanced copy because I was just so floored by the artwork. I called and I reserved all the covers of Batman Damned months. This was at San Diego Comic-Con. So, and Batman Damned to come out to September. So from July to September. So I was already hip to Batman Damned. I was already on Batman Damned because I was at Lee Bermejo's booth and I was looking at an advanced copy of just pure artwork. And this man is an absolute monster, right? So fast forward, it's September. I'm going to pick up Batman Damned. I'm just like excited to just read it just because I reserved it months prior. As soon as I get there, everybody's talking about, Batman's wings in it, Batman's wings in it. And I'm like, what? And the shops were doing those shenanigans where they were only put a few issues out and hold it and then sell it the next day or a couple of days later at the market value. So like only the people that actually had the pool got it at the retail price. Everybody else was selling them for like $20 a couple of days later, then $50 a couple of days later after that. Like a week later, after the Batman junk drama, it was like $100, right? So it was crazy. It was crazy. But I just want to show off these because I got all of these signed. Every cover of Batman Damned signed by Lee Bermejo and Brian Azzarello. Where's it at? Right there. Bam. Batman Damned. And then, wait, there's more. I got the Jim Lees signed by Jim Lee. Now, guys, Lee Bermejo probably charges $20 for Batman Damned #1 because of the whole Batman junk thing. Brian Azzarello, I know, charges $20 for Batman Damned #1. So be ready to pay that if you are getting Batman Damned #1 signed, which is this here. And this has it. And then I'm going to show you this one.
Cute.
And this is the one that started it all. This one here. This is the uncorrected proof right there. This is the book that I saw at Lee Bermejo's booth. This was it. This has no text on it.
That's
I
awesome.
got this. So I have every issue of Batman Damned signed by all the creative team. But, it started at his booth looking at the uncorrected proof. Uh-oh. Okay, hold it.
I found it. I forgot. So it was the 125, 135.
135.
It was the only one I had with me, and I had
Batman
Chip sign
900.
it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I got that. I'm gonna let you. I got that signed by Lee.
This was the book that he made me buy from him. It's called A Vicious Circle.
Yep, I had that too.
Create our own
I
book.
had to buy that just to get my Batman signed.
All right, so now, guys, brings me to the next topic, which is Gabriele Dell'Otto. And the reason why I want to talk about Gabriele Dell'Otto next is because of the rumor that I'm hearing that he's a part of this next tier. That his first appearance that I can think of, Earth 2 is closed now. Yeah, Earth 2 is closed now, Albert. It closed last summer. Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Earth 2. My LCS, it's called Comics and Collectibles. I'm kind of scrounging around for LCSs, man. Like, since Earth 2 closes, Earth 2 was my LCS, but it closed down now. So I'm kind of like, an orphan when the LCS right now. But Earth 2, that was my shop. It's closed down now. So yeah, thank you for commenting, Albert, man, for sure, man. All right. Michael Golden. Mark, tell us what was the markup of Michael Golden? He's 20 normally, but then what?
And then he's 60 on Avengers Annual number 10, the first appearance of Rogue. And I believe it's Crystar number 7. Do you know this, Tony? Do you know what it is? I think it's $40.
What? He's trying to charge money for that guy now because Rob Liefeld put out that book with him.
No, it's the cover that Danzig took his Samhain logo from. Like Christ is like standing on it, and it's on the bottom. And if you guys know Glenn Danzig and all that, we talked about him in the Jimmy Palmiotti interview. So go watch that.
Yeah. So Michael Golden charges $60 for his keys. OGs with keys, but then Gabriele Dell'Otto, $50. That's a rumor. We need to get that confirmed. If you got your ear to the ground, Gabriele Dell'Otto's handlers or whatever, let us know in the chat. DM us on Stat Sports Comics on IG. Let us know if you got an accurate number on Gabriele Dell'Otto's signature price. What you showing up, Tony? What's
Michael
that?
Golden.
So Michael Golden charged $30 to sign this, and that's what his signature looks like.
Hold it up. You're freezing a little bit. So hold
it up. The small one?
Yeah, this thing right there. That's a Michael Golden signature. That's what you get. That's what you get for $30 from Michael Golden.
and that's this tier here. So Michael Golden is tier 2. So you know what? I didn't give you a chance to show your tier 2, Tony.
Yeah, you want to see some
$30 is tier 2.
Oh yeah, tier 2.
I mean, I got
but I didn't give Tony a chance to show any of his tier 2s.
I got one Joe Q. You were with me when we got that.
Yep.
I was that year you and all the homies came and crashed at my place, and we went to.
Man, that was a great weekend.
Was that SF? Fan Expo SF?
Yep. And I have a few Jerry Conways. I'll start with Spider-Man just because I know you don't like to give love to Marvel. I feel this is a key issue.
I don't need to give love to Marvel. Everybody else does. You can give love to Marvel.
Hey, that's a pretty nice looking issue, though, man.
It's a good book if you can't afford like Death of Gwen Stacy or First Punisher or whatever.
Your internet is so fuzzy.
I have 3 signed then. Yeah, I have 4 then. Yeah, I have Firestorm, Punisher, Death of Gwen Stacy, and then the Death of the Green Goblin.
Yeah, I got some of those less key, but still fairly key issues that I've had him sign. I would say go for it with Jerry Conway. If you feel like you need a signature from him, he who knows how many more conventions we'll be doing.
and he's going to be at Megacon, $20 tier. My man Tony had mad Jerry Conways, and he kind of gradually went up to $20. He was 10 to 15, now he's 20. I fully expect to pay at least $20 from Jerry Conway if you plan to get those Punisher signatures. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he upcharges for the Punisher first appearance. So don't be shocked if that's 60 bones. Okay. Megacon is really about making mega cheddar. You know? You have something to say, Tony?
Note about Golden. He's always with Renee Altstetter, and that's, I believe it's another on Cosmic Odyssey. She told me that. I had her sign this thing. I've got 8 and Sigs on here. Let me see. She's right here under Spider-Man's arm. She drew a little smiley face on there. But again, $30, and she didn't tell me till after she signed it. So you know,
that's
beware.
From me.
She'll definitely be right next to Michael Golden. I believe they're an item. So
that's her.
Right next to each other, but
that's his
rep. And that's Spider-Man. That was a quick $60 at Fan Expo in November.
I'm gonna show my tier 2 as well. Here's Joe Q. I was with you with this, Tony. This was Fan Expo 2022, San Francisco. This is Batman 500, the wraparound foil variant. And this has Jim Aparo on there, Denny O'Neil, Kevin Nolan, and Joe Quesada. $35 if you want him. And then we have this excellent cover here. Jerry Conway with Jose Luis Garcia Lopez on this. I mean, this is super clean. That'll be at least $20. And then obviously, if you're a DC guy, Batman guy, you get the first appearance of Jason Todd, signed by Jerry Conway. This is it right here. I love that. And then I just wanted to show this is the book I have for Michael Golden. So when I do see him in Orlando, and Mike DiCarlo's already on there. This was a $10 sig, but I'm bringing this for Michael Golden. So that's my tier 2 books. If you guys are wondering, tier 1, you got Donnie Cates, Scott Snyder. So many people exist in this world. Be prepared to pay at least $10 for most of the comic book talent at Megacon. And then we discussed tier 2 just now. We just showed some Jerry Conway, some Joe Quesada, but we also mentioned Scott Hanna, Michael Golden, OGs with keys. But then we're here right now. This is our topic. We're talking about Gabriele Dell'Otto. Is Gabriele Dell'Otto $50? Is he going to be $50 when we see him in a couple weeks in Megacon? $50. His first American trip. That's going to blow me away. Because I don't know. Okay, so question, guys. Hypothetical here. What if Gabriele Dell'Otto is $50 a six? Are you existing in that world?
You got to go. No. You got to go for it.
Start with you, Mark. Start with you.
I only have one book from him. It's the Mark Waid Spider-Man Family Business. I wouldn't say that book's worth getting signed for $50. And I don't have any of. He's mostly a variant cover artist. I don't have any of his variants. So most likely, I don't want to drop the 50 on him.
And like
maybe I might.
You know, I'm sorry to cut you off, but here's the thing. I'm trying to think of a book, and it's probably a retailer variant, but what books that Gabriele Dell'Otto's done that's even worth $50? You know what I mean? That's just regular cover A, not some retailer variant shenanigan. or some ratio variant where there's like 1 million copies of that particular issue and it's just a cover, what is worth 50 bones? I hope he's not $50.
He had a big Amazing Spider-Man run back in the 600s, and had a fair amount of those issues. And I believe they had some worth to them, but I don't know that any of those books are worth more than $5 on their own. Sometimes you just gotta go for it.
Albert Bell says, I see it as he's never here, let alone the West Coast. So I'm pulling the trigger on higher end books. That's what I'm saying. What are the higher end books? That's my question.
Give us an example, Albert.
Higher end books, like, are we just talking about variants? Like, I mean, there are some variants that are like $50-$60 or whatever that he did, and they're like retailer variants that the retailers made their own variant of whatever. Let's say Action Comics 1000, Bulletproof Comics, right? They had like 1,000 copies of a Gabriele Dell'Otto variant, and then they had it like trade dressing, virgin, black and white, this and that. You see what I'm saying? But they're broken up, and each of those books are probably $30 to $50 to $60, like all the different versions of those books. But his signature alone is 50. So I'm saying his signature is outweighing the comic. And I agree with Albert. It is. Here it is, though. And I'm just going to let the game out there. Okay. He's rare until he's not. He's out here now, so it's not going to be rare no more. After Megacon, you're going to see hella slabbed Dell'Otto Sigs. So the market is going to be flooded. Okay. So you're about to see in about 3 months, people that got cheddar, right? You're going to see a lot more Gabriele Dell'Otto Sigs on the market. And so it's not going to be as rare anymore. Let's see. Symbiote Spider-Man #1 or the OG Amazing Spider-Man he did. Okay. See, I'm getting educated right now, Albert. I have none of that stuff. That stuff is like not even embryonic in my understanding.
Did he do any Batman variants from the last Batman run or from our current Batman run? He got any variants in there that you know of?
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. But Albert's talking about stuff that really matters, like interiors, right? Yeah. Things that actually kind of puts more weight on the book. To be honest, he's more of a variant horror collector type of an artist that's never around and only has retailer or limited run variants. Spot on right there. Ding, ding, MFing ding. Right there. That's the comment right there. That's what I'm talking about. Now, 10 to $15. Okay. You stepping on a scene in America this year. You know what I mean? Get us going. You know what I mean? But I can see the $50 being a major detractor, right? So only the biggest of the Willie will be in that line, and they're gonna. I'm talking about these Sigs, these slab Sigs are gonna be like $300-$400.
All right. So here's the move. When you're preparing for the show, you grab a couple of books for him to sign. Nobody said you got to pull him out of your bag and stand in his line. Just be ready.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
You're gonna pull out once you get there.
We stay ready we stay ready, but not everybody has our game tone. You know what I mean? And so when people get there, they're going to be at a crisis of conscience when it comes to, okay, what 2 books, maybe 3 tops, right? So, okay, yeah. So Jim Lee's $60 a Sig, right? So Dell'Otto is Jim Lee status right now. Are we saying that? Is that fair?
This is still hypothetical though. If he is 50, and no, I wouldn't say that Gabriele Dell'Otto compares to. He's a great artist. His art's great, but I wouldn't say his reputation is worth Jim Lee's reputation.
$60, $50 off the rip.
Banking on his rarity.
Hey,
the rarity too.
Yeah, more power to anybody that's targeting him and these $50. And hey, you a fan, go for it. I'm always gonna say that. So I'm not trying to knock anybody's, goals or whatever. I'm just asking, like, as a longtime signature collector, when we look at things, international artists come and go all the time. And I know Dell'Otto is very popular. He's one of my favorite artists, so I'm not knocking him at all. But there's a certain decorum with things, in my opinion, where you gotta like crawl before you walk. You don't just hit cats in the head with a $50 uppercut, like boom, because you only go up from there, bro. $50. So you're gonna tell me
it could be a tough call too. You're on the floor. You got Frank Miller. You got him. Like, I'm not even your top tier yet.
So we're asking, let us know in the chat, is Gabriele Dell'Otto $50? That's what we're hearing. He's probably my number one person I want to see, to be honest with you. He's my number one person I want to see, to be honest with you. Okay. And so
wait,
if he's tier 1, even tier 2, and just so the record, guys, tier 1, $10 to $15, I can roll with that. Tier 2, I'm thinking about it. And I'm thinking about what books am I going to bring. Tier 3, I'm in like get the hell out of here mode, bro. I'm like, nah, dog. I'm in nah dog territory, bro. I'm in nah dog territory. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you want to show us who's in the top tier yet?
Okay, if we're going to top tier, let me just show you guys. Okay, so
there's a reason why you're a hard pull.
So Albert mentioned, hold on, let's say here, Market Tone, would you pay $50 for a Chichetto Sig? Close to the same Dell'Otto as Chichetto is not from here. Would you pay 50 bones for this guy?
He was giving away freebies.
He was giving away freebies where, Tom?
For free. I got 3 free Red Hood issues that he did.
Where at though?
At Fan Expo, November.
Oh, really?
In Frisco.
Yeah.
He was there?
So
I might be getting
got freebies. So I'm guessing that's an OTR question.
He's on Ultimate Spider-Man right now, right?
Yeah, Marco Cicchetto. He was there?
Yeah.
I didn't know where the hell he was. But yeah, I guess freebies.
So let us know, do you pay for Sigs? We're going over this right now. Do you pay for Sigs? We're into tier 3 right now, and we're talking about Gabriele Dell'Otto. He's my number one person that I want to meet, and I'm a little disappointed if he's going to be $50. I don't know, but anything is good news if he's shy of that. $40, I'm still like, nah, though. But let me know. Let us know in the chat if you know how much Gabriele Dell'Otto charged for signature. But so far, this is what I have, guys. Gabriele Dell'Otto signatures. Boom. You talk about Batman. This is City of Bane, Part 2.
There we go.
Signed by Gabriele Dell'Otto. This was signed in Lake Como, Italy last year. My books be pimping. So we got that. Then we have City of Bane. City of Bane, signed by Gabriele Dell'Otto. City of Bane, Part 1. I love this cover. Gabriele Dell'Otto. Wanted to show you guys examples. Now, Lake Como, he ain't charging $50. Okay, off the rip. So you got these two, and then I know for a fact this is a banger. This was signed last year, Gabriele Dell'Otto. So I don't have that many more Gabrieles that I want to get signed, but I did have some Gabrieles that I want to get signed. But I wanted to show you some of my favorite ones that are already, and then this one here. This is like, to me, I don't know. This is like my favorite Gabriele Dell'Otto DC cover. This to me is iconic. This was signed, I think, 2023 Lake Como. This is insane. Okay. Insanity. It would break my heart for anybody going to Orlando having to pay $50 plus CGC fees. That would, oh my God. That would just suck. I'm sorry. That would suck. Okay, and then and then this one, I would try to get Gabriele Dell'Otto on this one. Like damn near everybody's on this beside this one. I wanted it to be like kind of like one where that was kind of like virgin, and then one that's like chaotic. And so, but I might get Dell'Otto on this one. I just wanted to show you guys this one. I gotta find somewhere to put them on this one. That's why we call Sig Slayers, baby. So yeah, so you know, I got both of these, but I want this one signed by Gabriele Dell'Otto. If he's $50, I'm not getting anything. Okay, I'm just letting you know there. And then this Tech 1000 one right here, I love this one too. Let us know in the chat if you are a fan of Gabriele Dell'Otto and what would you get signed by Gabriele Dell'Otto. And just to ask you this question as well, do you pay for Sigs? Because hey, Gabriele Dell'Otto could be $50 a Sig, guys. Could be $50. So that's my Gabriele Dell'Otto. What y'all think about my Gabriele Dell'Ottos, right? That was pimping.
Those are pretty.
Have you guys seen Gabriele Dell'Ottos? Have you guys seen somebody? Okay, would you ever JSA a CGC a book with 10 plus Sigs just to keep its condition after you're done collecting all those Sigs? Now, here's the thing. Here's what I'm finding out during the grapevine is that they will only, CGC, because they just joined the whole signature verification boat. I think they'll only do 2.
Yeah, 2 signatures verified.
Yeah, they'll only verify 2 signatures. Please like this video, guys. If you guys enjoy this content, we are unpacking signature for Megacon, and we ask you guys, do you guys pay for Sigs? We have covered tier 1, 10 to 15 bucks, tier 2, 20 to 40, tier 3. This is where we at, where I'm crying. If Gabriele Dell'Otto is $50, that would be crazy. Okay. And then, okay, so before we go to the next tier, we got to talk about Jorge Jimenez, because Tony, talk to us. You was just talking to me the other day. How big is this guy for you right now? How big is Jorge?
I mean, I'm a big enthusiast for that last run of Batman. And you know, those 1 in 25s that started in like the 90s.
Yep, Batman 92.
I don't have any Jorge Jimenez signatures because he comes to the West Coast. So I'd love for him to come out here. I don't know when I'm going to make it out to Megacon or New York, but maybe someday.
50 is kind of saying 50 is kind of insane when tier 1 is basically $5 or free in some cases. Yeah, man, I got Flo Dameron. I like that name, Flo Dameron. That got to be a Star Wars reference. And hey, may the force be with you, Flo Dameron. $50, man, that's high. We talking about these tiers. We mentioned Gabriele Dell'Otto, right? He's $50. But hey, man, for some people, Jorge is not at NYCC is always insane. I guarantee you, Flo Dameron, that Megacon is going to be just as insane, if not more insane, because Megacon is just overabundant amount of people. 20 to 40 could be high, and as we said, 10 is the new 5, but $50, guys, I don't know. Okay, but we're talking about Jorge Jimenez. His line is crazy. Mark, what about you? How big is Jorge Jimenez as far as your crosshairs? Because you're going to be at Megacon. Any interest in Jorge?
Honestly, not really, man. I haven't kept up with Batman since after Tom King's run. And that's all been Jorge Jimenez. He's done Super Sons. But no, he's not really on my list. I would like to meet him. Or I want to gain a physique like Jorge Jimenez and be able to draw myself as my own characters. You know, use yourself as a as a as a reference. But no, not really, man. I don't have any books for him.
Oh man, okay. Well, you guys ready to see some ultimate Jorge Jimenez? I'm doing this.
Are you
Tony.
saying he's in the $50 signature range?
Say
No,
that
I
again?
don't. I don't think so.
Say
Are
that
you
again.
saying Jorge's in the $50 range?
No, we're not saying that. No, he's just the next
okay.
topic. Jorge. Oh, but a great question. Jorge Jimenez is in tier 1.
Oh,
He's
good.
going to be tier 1. So if you're interested in Jorge Jimenez, I saw him in C2E2 in Chicago last year. His line was insane, but as you know, the Sig Slayer was like third in line, so I wasn't tripping. I wasn't tripping at all. I don't trip on the line boogeyman because Sig Slayers get the job done. We stay ready, so we have to get ready. Just letting you know. Flo Dameron, what we got here? Okay. I always take Snyder and Tiny for granted living in New York. They always have signings at Midtown. That's the lick. Midtown comic signings. I'm always jealous about those. I got to get Jimenez this year at New York Comic Con if he attends. I want that summer Superman cover sign. There we go. 6 Slayers are uniting. I'm glad that you are targeting Jorge Jimenez. I have a few, but once I show you guys that I'm pretty much done with Jorge, when you see this barrage of Jorge Jimenez that I'm about to unleash right now. So buckle up your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy this. I don't know if you got this many Jorge Jimenez. I went nuts in C2E2. So here we go. Boom. This is Jorge Jimenez, Tynan, and Lee Bermejo. Ta-da. This is Batman 100.
That's a beauty.
And then boom. What y'all know about this? This is that one per retailer variant that DC was giving out. Got Tynan on it. This is slick. Here's another one. Here's the OG. This is the first cover appearance of Punchline. So just to let you guys know, this is the first cover appearance of Punchline, not the Art Germ one. This was the one that was solicited before the Art Germ one. So this here is the OG one. You want to get that? That. Boom. Here we go. Do a little rapid fire. I like this one. It's one of my favorites. Joker War #1, issue 95. Joker. This is a barrage, guys. Let us know. These are $10 at Megacon. If you're looking for Jorge Jimenez, this is a Jorge Jimenez full on assault. The 6 Slayers going wild. And you see that right there? That remark by David Finch, a little bat logo. How many people got David Finch, Jorge Jimenez, and James Tiny in the 4th? But wait, we're still not done with these. You got Jorge on his cover there. We're still not done. Are you looking at this, Tony? Are you paying attention? Are you studying? Are you taking notes? Are you taking notes on what your boy is doing? Are you smelling the gumbo in New Orleans? Are you smelling the gumbo in New Orleans? Here we go. Look at this. We are killing it. I want to get to this comment real quick. His Sig is so good. JS Pops, I might cop Super Sons Omnibus to sign that. There we go, Flo Dameron. I got that Super Son somewhere. I didn't bring that tonight because I have all of these. Look at that. I love Tiny when you get those bat logos. I asked for the bat logos. These are what I call remarks, guys. Whatever they're doing these days, they're calling remarks. I call those little bitty. I call those mini sketches. This is a remark to me. These are remarks to me. We keeping it moving. We're keeping it moving. Look at that. And then look at this. You got Art Germ, Jorge Jimenez, and James Tynan. Who got this one? On the Miracle Molly foil.
Not me.
Where my DC heads at? Where my DC heads at? And then this one, the wraparound. That got James Tynan, Joshua Williamson, and Jorge. The wraparound cover. And then finally, because it has Jock is going to be there. He's $10 too. $10 too. Jock, Jorge, all three of these people. Oh, wow. All three of these guys are going to be at Megacon. Tynan is 3 free, then $10. Jock is $10, and Jorge Jimenez is $10. All right, guys. Let me know. Let me know about that Jorge Jimenez. What are y'all giving me?
I don't have anything. What do you got, Tony?
I mean,
What do you think, Turkey Burger?
I want all of those books.
Oh.
I have those books. I want him to sign them all.
There we go, man. Like, so I went haywire at C2E2. That was my first time there. C2E2 was a bucket list.
You want to take this one for me?
Oh, look at that. He's put me on the spot. Sure.
Tynan on that.
You get it to me in time, I'll get that signed for you, buddy.
Yes.
Okay.
Heard it.
Now, you want to talk about Megacon? I had a wedge of comics just for your ass last year at Megacon. Mark knows I was lucky.
I remember that.
I couldn't decide.
Phony stuff.
I knew you would whittle down to the choice nugs for me. Ran out of time to send it all.
You're just,
it's
more expensive to ship.
I did all right. I did all right in Megacon, and I'll hook you up.
You put up those big numbers.
Let's get to this last tier. Which is, bam, the last tier.
He was $8.
So you have multiple books to sign. Do you have multiple books to sign? Okay. When you have multiple books to sign, do you have explain that to me again, Albert? I didn't understand that one. All right. So now we're at the highest tier. So let me explain this. Frank Miller is $80 a Sig, point blank. But then I have CGC over here on the other side, and that's if you opt to get books signed and graded. It's gonna probably cost within this range $80 and up, and so that's pretty much what's gonna be. Definitely, if you're getting a Frank Miller Sig, it's gonna be over $100 if you go the CGC route. But pretty much most of these guys, it's gonna be that much. It's gonna be around $80. If you decide to get one signature, but if you get multiple signatures, it's gonna be 80 up. The signature fee plus all the grading and witnessing fees and all of that jazz. So this is the highest tier. We talked about Gabriele Dell'Otto, right? And he's could potentially be in tier 3. Now we're in tier 4, gentlemen. Do you exist in this world? $80 signatures, guys. $100 signatures.
Absolutely. For
Miller, yes.
Side note, and in November at Fan Expo, the director biography that he did was there with him. So if you're one of those people who went to the theater and saw that like I did, they gave you a little poster. And if I would have had my little poster with me, she for sure would have signed it, and he for sure probably would have signed it as well.
Celine Thomas, right?
Charged you $80 for it. So
She goes everywhere with him. That's his rep.
Mark.
Oh, she's his rep?
Yeah, that's his rep.
Well,
So,
she directed
I mean,
the movie too. I bet she'd sign the poster.
Tony raised his hand quickly. Mark, you in that category too? $8,200 for Frank?
Hell yeah, man! I should.
Hold on, let me blow you up.
I know I paid for this one for sure. I think I've had 5 Frank Miller signatures in my life. 2 of them have been free, and then I paid for 3 of them.
Can you add? Well, as you keep showing us the book, can you explain why you chose that book? Because I'm thinking like, okay, that's just like a regular hardcover. Keep it up so we can keep it up.
This one because the format, yeah, it came out in this hardcover format. It was, I don't think it was the last thing. No, it wasn't the last thing that he did on Daredevil, but it was certainly after his initial run, after the death of Elektra. And then I think it's this story still. Do you know, Tony, if this is in continuity or not?
I don't know. Technically, I imagine
How much is that book worth? Like, how much that book cost?
I think it might be like $50.
Okay.
This.
You show them the SIG again. Frank Miller exists in tier 4, $80 to $100. Keep that up. There we go. That's Frank Miller's signature. He has a lot of different styles of signatures. That's his most recent one over the last 10 years. It's been kind of like that, give or take.
You have something different?
So both of you guys said heck yeah to paying. Oh, hold on. Okay, you got to let me know this. I had him on for. Hold on, give me a second. Bam. Rom. Okay, explain this, man.
I mean, it's his first work for Marvel, but also just speculation. They're going to put this guy in a movie eventually.
Yeah.
And, why not? Frank Miller's first work for Marvel. I mean, we got these two.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Right.
Klaus on there, too. And then this one I really enjoy. So that's the full
and these
cast.
Are all $80 chucks? $80 chucks?
Oh, yeah. I think I paid $100 for one of them back in the day. In like 2021, I think it was $100.
Wow. Show those again. Flo Dameron said 80 to 100 is not bad considering Dell'Otto is 50. And Flo, man, I'm hoping that we're wrong about Dell'Otto being 50. Is that wrong? Okay.
There's Frank down at the bottom. Kind of little on this one, but
Then I hooked up the Brad Anderson for you too. Probably the Andy Kubert too, or did you have a Kubert?
Yeah.
I know I hooked up the Brad.
You did. Yeah, absolutely.
Because Brad Anderson will come around.
And actually, I've never met Klaus myself either. I give this to my homie. He took it to Arizona. It's kind of funny how Klaus signed it second, so it looks like he brought his SIG right into Frank's.
That's cool. I just met, or not, I met Klaus before, but I just got those Dark Knight Returns signed by Klaus Janson in Baltimore last year. Is that all you have, Mark? All you have? Oh, you got more, Tony?
I don't have more right now.
All the DKRs.
This is going crazy.
Yeah, nice.
So Frank did the first two in black, and then he pulled out for these ones, and I appreciate that Klaus color match.
Ooh, that blue pops, bro. Hey, that blue is sick.
Yeah, I was glad he did it.
Dude.
This was back in
Bro,
2021.
you patient with those paint markers. I wouldn't have did it, and I would have been scared I would have got a bastard.
I mean, he just went for it, and I'm just dealer's choice when I get up there.
Dude, those are hot. Mark, you I know you got more Millers. You were saying you was paying $100. Is that all you got? Is that?
I don't have them out right now. They're deep in the archives, but I have The Death of Elektra. That one signed by Klaus Janson, Frank Miller, First Sin City. I have the first Hellboy, or the San Diego Comics #2, signed by Frank Miller, and then my last one is, I think, the last issue of The Hard Goodbye. He's got year 1 right here.
Yeah, he's over here. You're over here flexing. That's
Those
what
are,
said.
those
Yeah,
are all
man.
my friends. I'm done now.
I know you have a lot more, Mike. I know you have a
Dude,
lot of Frank Millers.
I didn't expect Tony to have that many Franks. Dude, you got like at least over 10. Because you got that Batman. You got that Batman
one that I got from you in a trade a while back too. I didn't get the signatures myself, though. But I'm gonna get Todd to sign it at Megacon this year, so that's cool.
All right, so we're talking about tier 4, $80 to $100 Sigs. We're talking about the great Frank Miller. You know who we didn't mention?
Who?
Jim Lee? Did not mention Todd McFarlane. The Todd father's going to be there. We don't know nothing about Todd McFarlane because normally he's free. Okay? Yeah. Unless it's a CGC signing or something. So I am curious to find out what is the situation for Todd McFarlane at Megacon. And he's going to be there Thursday through Sunday. So he's going to be there the whole time. I don't know if he's going to be signing every day. But, man, if he's free, geez, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. So I can't wait to find out about Todd McFarlane. But since we're on the whole Frank Miller, now see, I got Frank Miller his last time he was $50. Okay. So I got Frank Miller in this tier. This is the most I've ever paid for Sigs. This is where the Sig Slayer dwells. This is his height. And you better be a bad mofo if I pay this much. Okay. And so Frank Miller, I got some free Frank Miller Sigs, but it's hard to get a Frank Miller Sig for free, dude. There's a lot of hula hoops and stuff, and now it's virtually non-existent. But back at the San Diego days, you would be able to do the raffle and get them signed at the Dark Horse booth and crap like that. But I will always strike out on that. So I bit the bullet 2021 and got a bunch of shit signed at Torpedo Con. Now, Tone, he mentioned these, so I had to show mine.
Yeah.
All being fair, but your Sigs. I mean, I like my gold. Don't get me wrong. I would have went with the gold. Nice. I would have put my money on the gold, but bro, those blue. I don't have the courage for the blue, but dude, those came out fantastic.
That gold looks good. Yeah, I got lucky with the blue.
Yeah, dude. All these came out super poppy. So yeah, I'm happy. I finally got Klaus Janson on these at Baltimore Comic-Con. But Frank Miller, I gave the gamut to him. And then I just got one DK2 signed. This is my favorite cover of them all. So I got that one signed. And he chose to sign it in that area. And then I had to bust this out to segue to Greg Capullo, which is our next topic. Todd father, we want Todd McFarlane. So this is Todd McFarlane, Frank Miller, and Greg Capullo. All three will be at Megacon. Will you get this sign? Will you be like Sig Slayers and get the trifecta? Todd McFarlane, Frank Miller, and Greg Capullo. Okay. So this pops. Okay. This you can do this at Megacon this weekend. But Frank Miller's $80, and that's why I'm showing you these. He's $80. I got him when he was 50. Okay, and then Tadal. This is DK3. Just to show you, I have at least one book from the trilogy signed. Got Brad Anderson on this. Now, I need to get Klaus Janson on this. I didn't get Klaus Janson on this, but I need to get Klaus Janson on it. But yeah, that's my Frank Miller. Killer with the Frank Miller. And yeah, so Megacon, we went over the different tiers. Frank Miller is $80. CGC signatures could be anywhere between $80 to $100 and up. Going backwards, I don't know if Gabriele Dell'Otto is going to be $50. We have a question mark. But we know Michael Golden is charging $60 for the first appearance of Rogue, but he's normally $20, which is the next tier. Joe Quesada, Jerry Conway. Joe Quesada's $35. There's some package you can buy right now at Megacon, but it's still going to be around the same price. You're not really saving too much money. Okay.
No one has still said yet if the remark is worth it.
Say that again.
I have still not gotten a comment yet if the remark is worth it. If I should get the remark package.
For Joe Quesada, yeah. There's the remark package for Joe Quesada. And then I'm looking on IG. So damn jealous. Need to get something signed. Jay Dada. What up, Jay Dada? Shout out to all the cats that are on IG and YouTube. This is Stash Wars Live. Please like this video. Please like, hit the like button for us. Subscribe to the channel. This is the Sig Slayers Station comic book headquarters. We talk about comics. This is the Sig Slayers portion. We have pros on this channel, drawing comics, coloring comics. So you learn pretty much every facet about the comic book industry on this channel. This is the headquarters, okay? And we have interviews with the greats every week. So please subscribe to the channel. Tonight, Stash Wars Live, we are unpacking Megacon Orlando. And we're going to our last topic, gentlemen, which is Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo is someone that escaped me, Tony and Mark, all last year. I didn't get a chance to see Greg Capullo one time. Okay. Did anyone see Greg Capullo last year?
Not last year.
I didn't see him.
Dude, he was in Arizona. I almost went to Arizona. I ended up, flaking out the last.
He bailed on that show?
Say that again?
I thought he bailed on that show.
I think it was there.
Maybe he did.
Him and Todd McFarlane. So we're talking about Greg Capullo now. And since we're bringing up price tiers, as far as my knowledge, the price can go up. But right now, from all of our knowledge, we all agree that Greg Capullo is still in tier 1 in the $10 to $15 range. He was $10 the last I checked. You agree?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Unless he's gone up, his disappearance.
And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he busts out a price hike at Megacon. But right now, I'm saying he's $10. He's $10 a Sig. And we've already mentioned before that we exist in this world. $10 is the new $5.
Hey, since we're back in the $10 range, I have a speculation book for you or for everyone else. And
okay.
Got a dip.
A speculation.
Justice League number 5. This is the issue where Guy Gardner goes toe-to-toe with Batman, and Batman knocks him out with one punch.
One punch.
And that's a Kevin McGuire book. And I would be willing to bet that after that Superman movie comes out and Guy Gardner is a household name.
Who's going to punch him, though?
That book will be good for something.
Yeah, and I'm glad you showed that because Kevin McGuire will be at Megacon, and that's a $10 tier. So Tony, you on your game right there. Still
Should I
showing
show this
people,
off too?
still showing people the variations of people that's going to be on the guest list. There's a ton of people that's going to be at Megacon, Stats Fam, and just going to go over it. We talked about Frank Miller, Todd McFarlane, Joe Quesada's $35. How much is Todd McFarlane? We're going to find out. Okay. Normally he's free. Right now we're talking about Greg Capullo. I mentioned Gabriele Dell'Otto potentially being $50. Scott Snyder's traditionally $10. Jorge Jimenez is 10. Jock is 10. Most of these guys are 10. Okay. But we're talking about Greg Capullo right now. And mainly I wanted to highlight him is because I didn't get a chance to see him, and he was in my crosshairs all last year, and I'm shocked that I didn't get a single Greg Capullo. And normally he's like an annual face I see. You know what I mean? So the fact that I didn't see Greg Capullo all 2024 makes this a must talk about issue. Okay, so now, if you think of when you think about Greg Capullo, guys, his career has spanned over 30 years. But take yourself back to the first time you met Greg and you wanted something signed by him, and it was like something major. What was that book that you wanted Greg Capullo to sign? What was like the number one book you wanted to sign from Greg Capullo?
Metal.
I think it was the one that I showed. Where's it at? It's right here. Batman #1.
Batman #1. I have to say too, Batman #1 for me was the first thing, and then and then now I've just been chipping away. I'm trying to get his whole run signed. I'm almost there. I got to get 0 year signed and Endgame, not Endgame, super heavy. Once I get those two first signed, I'll have the whole new 52 signed by all of them. But anyway, Greg Capullo, I want to talk about him because he's a $10 guy. I'm assuming his line is going to be long, like the first day or so, but then it'll be manageable. I think Gabriele Dell'Otto line is going to be crazy every day. Lee Bermejo's line is going to be crazy every day. Jorge Jimenez line is going to be crazy every day. Okay, so we lost my man. I think he might come back, but anyway, Greg Capullo. You mentioned Batman #1.
Yeah.
I'm going to show a couple books that I want from Greg Capullo. Now,
that you don't have signed yet?
Yeah, that I have signed and that I don't have signed. So yeah, I'm going to go and show you this. So here's one. Here's another triple. This is metal #6. The first death metal, and this is triple signed. Jadada Jorge Jimenez Super Sun Omnibus. So excited to read it. Just bought it. That's over on IG. This is Let Me Know If You Got This book. This is signed by Greg Capullo, Gabriele Dell'Otto, and Scott Snyder. All three of these gentlemen will be at Megacon. Now, Scott Snyder's $10, Greg Capullo's $10. We're hearing $50 for Gabriele Dell'Otto. I hope not. Let us know soon as you find out how much Gabriele Dell'Otto is. Okay. But then there's another Capullo. It's like, there we go. Here's another one. Oops, you saw that one. Dell'Otto, Capullo, Snyder. We're talking about Greg Capullo. I haven't seen him last year, and I'm itching to see him. He's $10, and so I just want to show you guys some more Capullo books. And this so happens to be triple signed, and you got Gabriele Dell'Otto in there with Scott Snyder. This is pretty rare, but I envision somebody at Megacon is going to get these books signed, and they're going to think that they are one of the first people that got them signed. But now, Mark, you asked, what books am I getting signed by Greg Capullo at Megacon this year. And the first one is this. Spawn Batman. I have Jay Fabok on there already and the Todd Father. So I need Greg Capullo on this. I hope he's not 15, 20 bucks. If he's $10 Chuck, I'm getting this all day and then some. So this book, and then, but wait. This Spawn Batman already signed by Jim Lee. And then look what Scott Williams did for the homie.
What do you do?
Logo. He put a little bat logo. How I feel about bat logos. And then this one has the Todd Father on it too. So how many people got this book? I think it's like a 1 out of like 100 variant or something like that. I don't remember. But you got Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and the Todd Father. These are heavyweight ass Sigs, man. So when you talk about Sig Slayers Station, this is it, man. If I don't got it, I know somebody that do as far as Sigs. You know, like 8th degree black belts over here and shit. You know what I mean? We chopping diamonds. Here we go. Boom. We karate chopping diamonds, man. We on a Super Saiyan level. So definitely want Greg Capullo on these two. I don't know if I'm gonna like do more Batman. I have The Last Night on Earth issue 3. I need to get signed by Greg Capullo. There's a lot I need to get signed, but I gotta pick my battles at this show because there's so many people. So you can't get everything. So talking about signatures or signature pricing and all of that. That's to let you know, guys, can't get it all, right? So I'm just going quality over quantity. And Greg Capullo, I just got those 2 books. And then Todd McFarlane, I got a couple books. Jorge Jimenez, I got about 2 or 3 books. Lee Bermejo, I got about 5 books I'm bringing. I think the person that I got the most books for is Mike Capullo. And
Mike.
Yes, sir.
I have not brought a single book out yet for Megacon, man. And I'm going to do it like I do every con and scramble last minute and get all the books together. And I'm always going to forget something that was important. So
I got an IG comment. Damn, that Greg Spawn and Batman is so sick. Never seen that. Hey, man. Thank you, man. We're here to show you that, man. We're here to show you that. But yeah, I didn't bring everything out. I'm just going off the top just because I'm trying to be limited. I'm only going to just bring 1 Cheez-It box, and that's it. 1 Cheez-It box, and I'm trying to go light. We're going to be covering a whole bunch on the show, so expect extensive Megacon coverage on the Sig Slayers Station pretty much daily. So check our shorts, our short reels or whatever they're called on YouTube, shorts or whatever. I think they're called shorts, but reels on IG, shorts on YouTube. Check them out because we're going to be all over the place at Megacon. Just to show you guys a tier, please like and subscribe this channel. Tier 1 is 10 to 15 bucks. Scott Snyder, Donnie Cates, pretty much most people. Joel Jones, a lot of people. Greg Capullo, James Tynion is 3 free, then 10 bucks. Then you got Joe Quesada, 35. Jerry Conway, 20. Scott Hanna, 20. But this is tier 2, $20 to $40 range. Then we got Gabriele Dell'Otto. Let us know. Please confirm. Say it ain't so. But we're hearing that Gabriele Dell'Otto might be 50 bucks at Megacon. That will break my effing heart. Michael Golden is 20 bucks normally. But then there's the OGs with keys, like I said before, the first appearance of Rogue will be $60. Then we got the big daddy of them all, tier 4, 80 to 100, Frank Miller, and Mark, Tony, and members in the chat have all said that they are 100% okay paying 80 bucks for Frank Miller. All right. I paid Frank Miller when he was in tier 3, and I went nuts, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Let's see what this comment says. Interview going to Cal Comic Con and WonderCon. I know Mark is going to WonderCon and
Cal Comic Con too.
And Cal Comic Con. Typically, those shows have Sig Slayer coverage for sure. And Albert, let us know because we would definitely like to meet up because you've been a great supporter of our channel. So please let us know if you're going to those shows. Definitely WonderCon, we're going to be there. But Frank Miller is $80 bucks, but CGC signings can be $80 and up. If you decide to get a Frank Miller Sig graded, witnessed, it's going to be $100 plus. So expect that. And I think his signature fee will be more than $80 too. I think it'll be a flat 100. And then, so I don't even know how much their grading price will cost because most comic book creators charge more for grading. Okay, so
Mike, do you know what the deal is? So it's based off of the comic creators that charge more for CGC, right?
Yeah, like typically most comic creators have a signature price for witness signatures.
Okay. Yeah, I was never sure if it was that CGC charges a little extra more from certain creators or something, but it's based off of the creator.
And then there's different scenarios. So like let's say you go through a facilitator. So you got the facilitator's price, right? And then the price of the signature and the CGC cost, right?
Yeah.
And so or you have the signature fee for the CGC price that the artist charges, and then you have the CGC price too. So it's a whole game. So we weren't doing that math for you guys. We're raw dogs, so we're giving you these price tiers based on raw comics because that's the way I roll. We go to too many shows to be having our books in limbo, so that's why we have a lot of rare signature combinations on comics. Is because our books are on us and not in limbo. Because you never know, man. You could be at an in-store signing one day or a random ass Comic-Con another day, and if your books are, in limbo, then you can't capitalize on it. And the perfect example, just to show, where's it at? This book here. This book would not happen if I was getting things graded. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This book would not happen. Okay.
CGC can't handle one of Mike's books, man. They can't handle.
And truth be told, I can't handle paying all extra for this. Most of these SIGs were free, man. So it's like, dude, imagine the upcharge plus being in limbo. I'll be lucky if I got 5 SIGs on this. So I just proved to you right there off the gate why, as a signature collector, it benefits you not to get it graded because you get more SIGs on it. And we'll go down that road on another live because we're going to talk about that. Now, I do have some books graded, and I'm not knocking anybody that decides to get their books graded. I'm just saying, if you're a signature collector like we are, where we're all over the place, all over the country, all over the world, and you know,
adds up.
It adds up, and you can't control the guest list. So once you find out what the guest list is, you might thought you were, hot stuff at the last con, right? And you got some stuff slapped, and then you go to the next con, and you're like, oh snap, the artist of that book that I got graded is damn. You see what I'm saying? And you get caught up in that jam. And so like for cats like me, we don't have that issue because we stay ready, so we don't have to get ready. And there's a lot of opportunities to getting free signatures when you say you don't get it graded. So that's my 2 cents on there. But Greg Capullo, he's someone that I'm definitely trying to get these signed. I haven't seen too many out there in cyberspace that has the Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Todd, and Greg Capullo. So this will be a super flex. And so yeah, that's our comprehensive unpacking of Megacon, Orlando. Mike the Sig Slayer, I'm gonna be there. Mark the Honorable Villain, he's gonna be there. We had the homie Tone along, show off some awesome books. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's check the comments. Oh, I'm cracking my yellow label, George Perez Infinity Gauntlet #1 to have Starlin sign it. Now, my question
At Cal Comic Con?
My question to you, are you cracking it to re-slab it, or are you cracking it to liberate it? That's a question. So, all crackings ain't equal. Let me know. I'm going to give you a big applaud if you say we crack it for good and it's open. You know what I mean? But if you're cracking it to put it back in carbonite, then I'm be like, all right.
At its moment of freedom.
But you can't knock a George Perez on Infinity Gauntlet #1. A George Perez Sig on Infinity Gauntlet #1. You can't knock that. You can't. What we got here? Cracking it to re-slab. Oh, it's a 9.8 newsstand. All right. Now, okay, are you afraid it's going to be a 9.6 newsstand because it's a mishandling? I got 4 copies. I'm going to go right. There we go. So yeah, I'm curious about this one though.
Respect.
Are you afraid that you might lose 0.2 of a point of your grade on that newsstand by cracking it and re-slabbing it? That is this question, right? So just to put a big bow on this, we're trying to just make everyone aware of the pricing, because that's the one big question that Mark and I have, and a lot of other members of the staff have before the show, is how much these guys cost. What should we expect? Should we expect some kind of price hike? And it kind of helps us with our decisions. How big of a stack are we going to bring? Are we going to go ham because we found somebody is free? Or are we going to go slim because we know somebody is expensive? So we're here for each other. We're going to be having these kind of powwows every Friday, Stash fans. So please tune in to Stash Wars Live, because we're going to be doing this every week, talking about different aspects of comic book collecting, art collecting in general. And we will be doing live interviews too with some of our pros, like we do on Thursdays with the Sig Slayers show. So we will be doing some live interviews with pros as well. But check out our interviews. We're probably the only comic book channel on all of YouTube that interviews every week, incessantly comic book pros. So please subscribe. Albert saying, I'm not scared because I just want the Perez auto to stay in a slab. Okay. That's what I like. So he's about the Perez. He's not about the numbers. He's about, the actual auto. And that's what we're about. So, we're going to end this with some Sig Slayers updates real quick. And I got to show this, guys. This is what we're all about right now. I was talking about interviews and stuff. Here's one y'all need to see. We just dropped this today. Not many people have seen the entire creative team in one interview. We do stuff like that. We get the entire creative team to do interviews together. This is Under the Red Hood, one of the classic Batman modern stories, and we have everybody. We got Doug Mankey, Allison Clare. I mean, this is just insane in the membrane, guys. So
this was before my time.
What?
This was before my time, man. I'm still jealous that I wasn't part of this interview.
Yes, man.
That was the interview that made me wanna start collaborating, man.
Man, dude, and I've been doing this for quite some time. This channel here, Sig Slayers, we're committed to give you some of the best comic book content out there. And I just want to show you guys one other thing before we sign out. Check this out. We are also the official YouTube channel for Doug Mankey's animations as well. So check these out. Oops. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There we go. There, that's what I was trying to show. Still getting used to the StreamYard stuff. But yes, Doug Mankey. If you love Doug Mankey on, TikTok and IG, this is the official YouTube channel for Doug Mankey's animations. And we are working on widescreen joints. Man, I can't tell you what we're working on, but it's going to be great. But until then, some of these haven't been put together in its entirety before. So some of the things that you see on Doug's social media, they're just fragments. Here, they're put together the way they're meant to be put together. So you'll see some of your favorite ones totally put together. Like this is a sneak peek of a widescreen Doug Mankey animation that we're going to be working on. So I'm telling you guys, this is the channel to subscribe to if you like comic book content, because we got pros on the channel. And I just got to just show you this just to bring it on home. I'm over here on the Sig Slayers station, and then boom. I hate these ads. It sucks when you put the ads on right at the beginning. Boom.
We got
the process. David Barron. And we even are showing you guys sneak peeks at unreleased comic books. So this particular episode is for Batman Off-World 6, which is not even out yet. So David Barron is actually showing you a real comic book page being colored. This is unreleased. So we're showing you unreleased stuff. And next week, just to bring it on home, next week we have more unreleased stuff. This is the last days of Lex Luthor. And we're going to be showing this on the process next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific. This is Brian Hitch, Mark Waid, Kevin Nolan. Brian Hitch is on Ghost Machine now. This is his last project with DC. This is not even out yet. We're showing you behind the scenes art process of Superman, the last days of Lex Luthor. This is next Wednesday. So this is not even out yet. We're giving you a foreshadowing of that. And then our next interview on the Sig Slayers with Tom Coker. Who's Tom Coker, man? You can explain Tom Coker better than me, Mark.
Tom Coker artist, good indie artist. He did a lot of work for Marvel. One significant book that he did was the Black Monday Murders with Jonathan Hickman, but super talented guy. Living up in Spain now, so that was not our first international. That was our first European interview.
That was our first Spanish interview, not European, because I've interviewed UK, but from Spain for sure. This is our Sig Slayers Updates, fam. We're about to sign out. This was our Megacon price guide, letting you guys know all the tips for Megacon. If you see us at Megacon, say what's up. I'm Mike. That is Mark. Please subscribe to the channel. This is Stash Wars Live on Sig Slayers Station. And we are also simulcasting on Instagram on Stash Wars Comics. So if you love Instagram, check us out there on Stash Wars Comics. And then here on YouTube, Sig Slayers Station. Thank you guys very much. We are out. Peace.